Hey everyone out there, it's CJ Creech again with Creech Questions. Before we get into the Jeffrey DeMunn interview, just want to give out a couple of thanks really quick. First is to James and Eric, the Walker Stalkers, who run the amazing Walker Stalkers podcast and are the organizers of the Walker Stalker Con. Now, we've had Eric on our show before, and he will actually be returning very soon. If you want to find out more information about them for Walker Stalker Con, go to www.walkerstalkercon.com. Or if you want to find out about the podcast, www.thewalkerstalkers.com. Next one I want to thank is Michael Guthas, also known as Guth. He's actually the press relations and media relations guy for James and Eric, and he helped in getting this amazing interview with Jeffrey. So I'd like to give him a shout out as well. And lastly, I've got Dave Solo, who I met in Atlanta. He's actually runs his own podcast as well, which is another great listen if you're a fan of The Walking Dead. And that's Walker Nation. And his site, if you want to listen to it, is www.walkernation.net. So to wrap that up, thank you again to James and Eric, Michael Guthas, and Dave Solo. And I did want to say, stay tuned to the Creech Creative page, because we've got a upcoming contest for Sarah Wayne Kelly's autograph, which you can actually see right there. She actually autographed a card, and we're giving that away. So if you stay tuned at www.facebook.com/Creech Creative, we should be announcing the contest details very soon. So without further ado, here's the Jeffrey DeMunn edition of Creech Questions. Thank you again for doing the interview with us.
You betcha.
Just got some questions for you.
Okay.
Throughout your time on The Walking Dead, is there any moment filming that stands out above the rest?
Well, there's several, I suppose, but I know that one of my favorites was the scene around the campfire early on, when the camper was way up on the hill there above Atlanta.
I know you came back to watch John Bernthal's character, his death, correct?
Yes, I did.
What did it mean to you from a viewer standpoint when you were watching, and from an actor standpoint to come back and to witness his
Boy, I can't answer from either of those standpoints. I came back to be with my friend when he finished his work on The Walking Dead. That's all it was. It's just to be with John.
And speaking of John, how is it to get to continually act, in different roles between Walking Dead, Mob City, and to see the same faces and play different types of characters?
It's wonderful. I mean, what you have at the heart of it is people that you love working with. So yeah, it's fun.
You're really good friends with Frank Darabont, correct?
Yes, I am.
What was your favorite part to actually work with him in?
Oh boy, don't have one. I've enjoyed them all. There were things about The Mist that I will always remember, things about The Green Mile and Shawshank. I mean, he won my heart with just that little bit I did in Shawshank. I said, this is a man I'll work with. So, yeah, I'm very happy with it.
Were there any funny stories during the filming of Walking Dead?
I suppose there must have been, but I can't even think of one. Funny stories. Well, there was a creepy story. I remember the night when I first encountered the zombies. We were shooting up on the hill at night with the camper. And we were all up there. We'd been shooting stuff and getting ready, and some fans arrived, and it was dark. And sort of through the dark, dimly lit, slowly came this shuffling crowd of about 40 or 50 zombies. And we all fell a little hushed and sort of spread to either side of this dirt road that they were coming down. And they ambled through, eyeing us as they made their way through, and then got ready to shoot the scene. They were, by the way, amazing. They were so patient and did again and again and again the most difficult stuff. But that was an odd and interesting moment to me.
All right. And this one's going a little far back. Do you have any funny stories from making the blog?
God. Abbeville, Louisiana. Oh, geez, I wish I could come up with a funny story for you, but I don't have one. Oh, wait a minute. What was it? We had some great meals. I was just thinking of a meal we had, and we wrote poetry on the wall. The guy wanted us to write stuff on the wall of this old shack where we were eating bugs. We were eating crawdads, and a big pot of bugs, and some great stew and everything. It was, we had fun nights.
Sounds actually pretty fun.
It was.
Are you surprised at the continued reverence that everyone holds for the character of Dale from The Walking Dead?
Yes, it's pretty awesome. It's pretty amazing. It takes my breath away a little bit.
And I guess since this is the end of the interview, I got one more.
Okay.
I know the Walker Stalkers renovated a RV. How did it feel to go over there and see that RV?
It was great. It was great. It was a little lonely because they didn't have any of my cohorts there. But it was neat. They did a beautiful job on it. It really does resemble the original, and all the stuff inside, they got very similar. So it was neat.
All right. I just want to thank you again.
You betcha. My pleasure.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.